Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Liz of Chicago Loud Luxury Makeup. For today's video, I'm going to be talking about my favorite concealers, and this video is going to be done in collaboration with my friend Dee of Simply Dee Beauty. If you guys have not already checked out Dee's channel, I highly encourage you to do so. She's another content creator here on YouTube who focuses on luxury makeup and luxury beauty, luxury skincare. So I'm going to leave her video and her channel down below. Now, we did not talk about what our favorite concealers were, so I am very anxious to go over and watch her video as well. But for my video today, we are going to be talking about our top 5 favorite concealers. I might have 6 concealers. I couldn't decide. This was a really, really tough video. I did not know which, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And there are more concealers that I consider to be my favorites that I don't have anymore. I've emptied and I just haven't repurchased yet because I have so many open concealers. So that said, I apparently like concealer because I have a lot of them and it was really hard to narrow down. So I tried my best, but I could not pick just 5. So I do have 6. I'm going to swatch all 6 and then talk about them and give you guys my thoughts. So if you're curious to see what my top 6 concealers are, keep watching. All right, so in no particular order, I'm just going to go ahead and swatch them, show you what they all look like, and then we're going to go back through and talk about them. So the first one is the Sisley Eye Concealer with Botanical Extracts, and this is in shade number 3. So that is Sisley. Next up is the La Prairie Skin Caviar Perfect Concealer, and I have shade number 4. Next up is the Depo The Concealer, and I have shade Beige. The Dior Forever Skin Correct, and I have shade 3.5 in. And this one is definitely my winter or my summer concealer. You'll see it's a lot darker. Next up is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is in shade Toffee. And last but certainly not least is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate, and I have shade 2WO Beige. And I'm going to go down here because I ran out of room. So there are all of my top 6 concealers. All right, so there they all are. We're going to talk about them. I'm going to tell you what the claims are and give you my thoughts. So first up is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. Now it is claimed to be a medium buildable waterproof formula. I definitely say it's medium, but I would even venture to say it's full coverage. It is pretty thick, and I think it does cover everything. I mean, it really does cover. So I would go as far as to say that this is a full coverage concealer. It aims to merge 3-dimensional skincare with 3-dimensional radiance infused with hyaluronic acid. It is crease proof and moisturizes, smooths, and it obscures redness, dark under eye circles, and fine lines, creating a flawless base. I love that there is some skincare benefits in here. I don't use it enough to know if I'm getting any of that skincare benefit. I would never replace my skincare for any of these products. Because there are several of these concealers that do have skincare in them. I still would use skincare. I would still use an eye cream and all of that. But it is a beautiful concealer. It works really, really well with the Shade and Illuminate foundation, which is my favorite foundation. So I love this concealer. It is newer. It came on the market last year in 2021. I think it's a phenomenal concealer and I highly recommend it. The next concealer is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I just love this concealer. I think it works for every single skin type. and I think anybody could wear it. It's so creamy. On the NARS website, it states that this is the #1 selling prestige concealer in the US. It delivers an all-purpose 16-hour perfection for all skin tones, enriched with hydrating multi-action skincare benefits and light diffusing technology. It instantly obscures imperfections and diminishes fine lines and signs of fatigue. It is a multi-purpose concealer that can also be used for highlighting and contouring. I don't use it for highlighting and contouring. I just use it as a concealer. It is phenomenal. It is so, so good. And if I was absolutely forced to pick my #1 concealer, then the NARS would be it. It's so good for everyday use. It's a concealer that I know if I put on, it is going to work. It works with every other foundation I have, every powder I have. It just works. And I love it. Highly recommend it. Plus, it's a really good price point. You can get it at Sephora, Ulta. I mean, it's so good. Highly recommend it. The next concealer is the La Prairie. Now, I was hesitant to put this in here. It is a very luxe concealer. But I love it. I love it. It is so good under my eyes. It is so creamy and so hydrating. And I think it really does make the this area under my eyes just look better. So on the La Prairie website, it says it smooths fine lines instantly and over the long term, treats dark circles over time, and immediately reduces the appearance of puffiness, brightens the eye area instantaneously, which I absolutely agree with. I mean, that is very noticeable. It immediately corrects and evens the skin tone and covers with medium buildable color. I would agree with that. I definitely think this is medium. It is buildable. I really, really like it. I mean, it's just so creamy. I don't know any other better word to describe these concealers. It's expensive. I know that. It's really, really good. The shade range sucks. I mean, there's just really no other way to put it. It sucks. But I do really like it. It does come with this little concealer brush. That's too small of a brush for me. So to me, that is pointless. It is there if you need it. The next concealer is the Sisley concealer. This is just a great concealer. The skincare benefits in this are noticeable right off the bat. I will oftentimes, if I don't get enough sleep and I'm very, very tired, I put this on underneath my foundation. And it sits beautifully underneath my foundation. It really, really does help with the puffiness and the dark circles, and it wakes me up. Again, the Sisley shade range also is awful. I mean, it's just awful. Really, I don't understand these companies, but the shade range is awful. It is a little, the color on me is a little bit yellow. It works. I can make it work. I'm wearing it today, but I probably could use a different color. But I do think it's a beautiful concealer. And it is described as, it is for anyone who needs to diminish signs of aging around the eye area. Its tinted formula instantly masks dark circles and darkened areas, reducing puffiness and signs of fatigue, while also diminishing aging signs and enhancing the beauty around your eye area. I would say that this is medium coverage. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's full, but it is a really, really nice concealer that I think really works well under my eyes, especially on those days that I need a little extra help. The next concealer is the Depo The Concealer. You guys, this is like a cult classic concealer. So this is a stick. This isn't a cream. I have shade beige, and it's just so, so good. I mean, look how well it just covers all of those imperfections on my hand. It is great. And it is described as a multitasking concealer stick with icon status. Yes, it is. Coveted for its smooth texture, long-lasting, full coverage, and seamless finish. It effortlessly conceals and corrects dark spots, under eye circles, and blemishes with a lightweight formula that blurs imperfections. Full coverage, yet has a natural airbrushed look. Yes, 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 yes to all of that. This is hands down a fabulous concealer. It is so, so good. This is the old version. I do not have the reformulated version. As soon as I am out, I would repurchase and get the new version, but I really, really like it. It is so good. And then I think the last concealer that I have to talk about is the Dior Forever Skin Corrector. This is another concealer that is just creamy and so good. And the claims of this concealer is 24-hour wear, multi-purpose, full coverage, creamy concealer that corrects and hides under eye circles, redness, blemishes, and imperfections. It does all of that. I don't know about the 24-hour wear, but I can attest that it is full coverage, it is creamy, and it definitely hides under eye circles, redness, blemishes, and imperfections. So, so good. So, so, so good. So those are all of my favorite concealers that I currently have in my collection and that I'm using. I don't think that there's a single concealer that I have in my collection that is bad. And that's what made this so hard, is because I have so many great concealers. Some of them are more full coverage than others, and so I use them on different days depending on kind of how my skin is reacting and what I'm in the mood for. But I don't think I have a bad concealer. I really, really like them all. And then I have some that I have decluttered or, I've finished, and so I haven't repurchased, like the Chanel, which is holy grail status for me. I absolutely love the Chanel concealer. It is, though, very similar to the NARS, which is why I haven't repurchased it yet, is I want to get through some of these concealers that I have open before I start repurchasing. But the Chanel is very similar to the NARS. They are, consistency-wise and formula-wise, they're very similar. The other concealer that I have decluttered that I really, really like is the Pat McGrath Labs. That is another, to me, holy grail concealer. It is also full coverage, and it's just really, really good. So those are my top concealers. I would love to hear from you guys what your favorite concealer is. I didn't think making this video was going to be this hard. I didn't think I had that many concealers and that many concealers that I absolutely loved. And so when I had to narrow it down, I realized I think I like concealer because I have a lot of them. So I would love to hear from you guys what your favorites are so that I can check those out as well. And when you're done watching this video, don't forget to head over to Dee's channel to watch her video. Again, I am going to link it down below for you guys. That is what I'm going to go do, is I'm going to go watch her video because I can't wait to see her top 5 as well. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.